Shalom folks, we are back in the Nazarene kitchen. Nazarenes eat their greens. Oh yes we do. Today, not cooking anything. Not gonna cook anything. But we're still gonna eat. And what we're gonna eat today is, oh my goodness. I'm gonna talk about watermelon fasting. Watermelon fasting. I'm on day 2, started yesterday, feel fantastic. This morning, weighed myself, and for the first time since 2021, I'm under 91 kilograms. So, watermelon fasting does a few things. One of those things is it takes weight off quite rapidly. I've done it for one day, and that has proven to be quite true. Now, I'm going to talk about some health benefits of watermelon fasting. I'm also going to talk about some of the side effects you need to be aware of before you decide how long you're going to do it for. I think I'm going to do it for 3 days only because it's a cleansing fast as well, and I don't really need to cleanse that much. I'm already pretty healthy. I was going to do 7 days, but I think probably 3, but I'll just see how we go when I finish day 3 and see how we feel. So, before I talk about health benefits and side effects, because I live in Australia, a completely overgoverned democratic madness society, I can't legally speak about these things. Therefore, here is a medical disclaimer. Yes, please consult your doctor. And before you do, let me tell you what's going to happen when you do. You'll be given 10 minutes. You'll arrive at the GP's practice. You'll be there 10 minutes early because you don't like being late. You'll still be sitting there for 45 minutes before the doctor comes to see you. And you'll be given 10 minutes to explain what's wrong. And then they'll take your blood pressure and they'll say, oh, your blood pressure seems to be a little bit high. Tablets. Oh, and by the way, blood tests. Off to pathology you go. You get some blood tests. You go back 7 days later. And by the way, I'm not saying that blood pressure tablets are bad. If your blood pressure is sky high, these tablets work. But they are not the end goal. The end goal is to get your blood pressure down without having to take a pill every day. You can do it because what the doctor won't do is say to you, my goodness, your blood pressure seems to be quite high. What exactly are you eating? What exactly are you drinking? What are you putting into your body? Because this is not natural. So something's wrong. Your doctor won't say that. Your doctor will say, yeah, have some tablets. The blood tests will come back and they'll say, it seems as though your cholesterol's also a little bit high. Take some more tablets. You know, I read a study yesterday that said, in America, 70% of over 50-year-olds in America are taking one medication per day. 70%. 50% of all Americans over the age of 50 are taking 2 separate medications every day. 20% of all Americans over the age of 50 are taking at least 5 different medications per day. What the hell? Pharmaceuticals, along with the eating of flesh, the eating of animals, along with the making of swords and teaching men how to war, along with making mirrors and perfume and makeup, all of these things were taught to men by the Watchers. All of them. God gave us a perfect system of health and longevity, and it's called eating plants. It's in Genesis 1:29. Eating plants. That is God's system. The fallen angels rebelled against God. So they taught men to eat animals. Number one. They taught men not to love their neighbour, but to kill their neighbour. They taught men to paint their women's faces and build mirrors, so that now you start to look at yourself and go, wow, if I only do this, I'll be better looking. And if I do this one and take a photo like this, you know, I'll be attractive to other men. And then they also said, okay, well, now that you're eating meat, you're also sick. So here is some medicine. This is the system of the fallen angels. This is the system of the Nephilim. This is the Nephilim system. Sickness, pharmaceuticals. Sickness, pharmaceuticals. Sickness, pharmaceuticals. It's an ongoing cycle that will last the rest of your life. And because you're taking the first medication, yes, that will drop your blood pressure, but it will cause problems in other areas. That's why, okay, if you've got like 220 over 160, right, that's outrageous. You need to drop that right now. Take your pills. Take them for 2 or 3 weeks. Get it down. And then change your lifestyle to keep it down. So get the tablets into you back down to a safe area, a safe zone. Yes. I'm not saying throw them in the bin. Take them if you're way high, but then work on changing your lifestyle. But I know the doctors don't tell you that. They'll tell you just keep taking it. Yeah, it's working. Good. It's working. Good. Keep taking them. Keep taking them. Yep. Go and get some more. And then a few months later, something else goes wrong. You're like, wow, well, the doctor's not going to say that that is probably tied to the fact that you're eating tablets every day. Yeah, it's helped your blood pressure, but it's causing chaos over here. So, we've got some more tablets for that. There you go. Now you're on 2 medications. They've got you as a customer for life. I put a post yesterday. It said, if you're a plant-based eater, if you're a vegan, particularly if you're new at it and, you know, your body takes a bit of adjusting, but you might not feel too well, and you go and see the doctor, and the doctor will say, well, what's happened? You'll say, well, I'm just eating vegan foods now. I'm eating a plant-based diet. And the doctor goes, yeah, well, you might need to just reintroduce a bit of cheese or some eggs now and then, you know, just for protein, because you need protein, you know. The doctor will talk about your diet. But if you turn up with cardiovascular disease or diabetes or high blood pressure or high cholesterol or obesity or stroke or anything like that, they won't talk about your diet. They won't ask you what you're eating. They'll give you tablets. They'll give you pharmacia. They'll give you pharmacia. Blood tests, pharmacia. Blood tests, pharmacia. Blood tests, pharmacia. That is the cycle that you are in when you choose to go down the path of the teachings of the fallen angels, the watchers, rather than doing what God said in the beginning, in the garden, in paradise. Eat the plants, eat the fruits, eat the nuts. That's it. Okay, watermelon fasting. Here we have a watermelon. And another one. And I'm going to eat some, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to tell you why you should do this as well. All right, we're talking about watermelon fasting. Now, obviously, as the name suggests, oh, I love it. We are eating only watermelon. That's it. So for 3 days, maybe 7, I'm only going to eat watermelon. Nothing else. But I'm also going to have black coffee. Oh, yes, I am. Absolutely. Because black coffee is very good for you, particularly if you're a male. But only if you're drinking the quality ground beans. That instant stuff is rubbish. You know, ground beans, like real coffee that comes from a tree, you toast it yourself. You can do this, and you can grind the beans yourself. Even in boiling, it won't dissolve. It doesn't dissolve in boiling water. You have to get a very, very fine strainer or a filter. And then once you've made the coffee, you get this leftover stuff, you throw it in the garden. Great for the garden. But instant coffee, even cold water, it dissolves even in cold water. What is that stuff? No, 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 no. The only reason you like it is because it is a delivery system for your 2 spoons of white sugar. That's all. Sugar is such a horrible drug. I've been addicted to all of them. I know, and getting off sugar is just as bad. If you're using a lot of sugar and you stop, even 4 hours later, you'll be getting headaches. Your body's crying out for that sugar hit. You need it. Sugar's horrible. It's hard just to give up. If you want to give up sugar, if you're putting 3 spoons or 2 spoons of white sugar, that's the worst you can get, into your coffee every day, and you're having 3 or 4 coffees, plus you're having a can of Coke, plus you're having some other Big Mac where there's 14 spoons of sugar in a piece of bread. Get off it. Get off it for your own sake. What are you're poisoning yourself? Honestly, get off it. It's hard. So start by replacing the white stuff with the raw stuff. Just buy raw sugar, and then start by, instead of putting 2 spoons in, put 1.5. You got to wean yourself off. I'm telling you, this stuff it's nasty when you just quit cold turkey. You can't. It's hard. So go to the raw, and then when you're finished with the raw, go to the brown sugar and just use like 10% of what you were using before, brown sugar, and then get rid of it completely. All right, watermelon fasting. So yes, black coffee is good. Ground quality coffee. It's good for men's prostate, and it's good. It won't. I've already done the disclaimer, so I can say this. It's just an opinion. You won't be getting Alzheimer's as long as you drink good quality ground black coffee every day. You won't get prostate cancer, and you won't get dementia. There you go. Watermelons. This is ChatGPT. Watermelon is a refreshing fruit that's about 92% water, making it an excellent choice for hydration, especially in hot weather. It offers several health benefits. It keeps you hydrated, supports heart health. It's rich in lycopene and citrulline, which may help improve blood vessel function and support healthy blood pressure. Contains vitamin C, lycopene, beta-carotene, which help protect cells from oxidative stress. The citrulline may reduce muscle soreness and improve blood flow after exercise. Good for eye health. Vitamin A from beta-carotene supports healthy vision and immune function. Aids digestion. The combination of water and a small amount of fiber helps promote healthy digestion. Low in calories. That's why you can eat as much of this stuff as you want when you are fasting, when you're watermelon fasting. Eat as much as you like. Whenever you're feeling hungry, get some watermelon. Whenever you're feeling hungry, get some watermelon. There's no calories in it. So you're not going to, it doesn't matter how much you eat, you're going to be calorie deficient. You're going to be losing weight. That's what I'm saying. I've seen people on YouTube do a 90-day watermelon fast. Like, are you serious? I think they're making that up. I think they're only saying that so that people like me will go, oh, wow, boom, and you watch it, right? It's a bit of a hook. But for me, I think 3 days is enough, maybe 5, maybe 7. I'll see how we go. Supports healthy skin. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good. Things to keep in mind. It contains natural sugars. So if you have diabetes, enjoy it in moderate portions and pair it with a source of protein or healthy fat. Right, well, we're not going to do that because we are doing a 3-day watermelon fast. Now, okay, ChatGPT. 3-day watermelon fast. See what they say about this. 3-day watermelon fast typically involves eating only watermelon. Really? Potential benefits. Very high fluid intake and hydration. Significant reduction in calorie intake, which may lead to short-term weight loss. Yes, short-term weight loss. What I'm looking at is dropping a few kilos fast because I'm starting to run. Now, I've mentioned this during the Daniel program. I've mentioned it elsewhere, I think. Oh, that might have been in the Daniel finale. That what happened to me during the Daniel program. If you haven't seen the Daniel program, I invite you just to watch the introduction to that and then decide whether you want to do it. This has changed me as a person. It is unbelievable. I thought I was only going to present this thing, but it has affected me hugely. I've started to run again for the first time in 22 years. I started doing 400 meters. Yesterday I ran 1.5 Ks without stopping. This is crazy. So for me, I want to drop some weight, more weight, sort of quickly in rapid time, so that I can run more free, like without the weight. Like I'm not like hugely overweight. I'm not overweight at all, but I want to drop some more kilos, so it's easier on my ankles because I haven't run for 22 years. So it's just going to help. So a 3-day watermelon fast is perfect for that. Now, also it says increased intake of vitamin C, lycopene. Yes, a temporary break from processed foods. Well, I'm on a permanent break from processed foods because processed foods don't come from God. God never processed anything. You see this? You could find this in the paddock and you can go and break it open on a rock, get it all over your nice white Nazarene shirt, and it's good for you. You don't have to go to the factory and get watermelon tablets or watermelon powder or processed watermelon. It's God's food. This is unbelievable. And now it says potential downsides. Look, there's got a heap of stuff here. Hunger, fatigue. Yeah, okay, hunger, fatigue, headaches, dizziness. Yes, if you're eating heaps of highly processed food, you'll get headaches and dizziness because highly processed food is full of sugar. So it says like 3 days is enough. Don't do it any more than that. I'm not really going to. But I'll tell you why it takes weight off you quickly. It's because of the water retention. It removes all the water retention that your body's holding onto. So if you have an area of inflammation, water retention causes inflammation, and the inflammation causes pain. So if you have any pain, it's highly likely that it's caused by inflammation. Inflammation, which is pushing the nerves or pushing the tendons, inflammation. So that's caused by water retention. When you do a watermelon fast, it gets rid of all the water retention. So it cleans out your whole system. That's why they call it a watermelon cleansing fast. So this is all very, very, very good. It says, okay, for a 55-year-old runner. So ChatGPT's got a memory. Since you've previously mentioned, weeks ago, running and weight loss goals, a watermelon only fast for 3 days would likely reduce your energy for training. Don't think so. Yesterday I ran twice as far as I usually do. Provide inadequate protein for muscle recovery. We'll see about that. Leave you short of sodium and other electrolytes if you're sweating heavily. Okay, electrolytes. This is interesting. You know what God's electrolyte is? Coconuts. Coconut water. It's perfect. Now, I wanted to do a coconut water fast. This is the other cleansing fast that I've heard of, coconut water. Unfortunately, where I live, it's cold. We don't grow them here. We also don't grow them commercially in Australia because they grow everywhere in the Pacific Islands, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, etc. They grow everywhere throughout Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. All of these countries that are a lot poorer than us can produce coconuts for 5% of the cost that what we can. So last week I bought a coconut. It was from Samoa. It was $5. $5. And I opened this thing and I poured the water into a glass. I got like a third of a glass for $5. So I'm not doing that. The other option is to buy pre-packaged coconut water. All of our coconut water in the shop comes from Vietnam or Thailand. Now, I don't know what their quality standards are. I used to be a farmer. My wife and I owned a farm. We grew vegetables and fruit. We had 30 acres. I also managed farms. I managed a raspberry farm. I managed a citrus farm, an avocado farm, and a wine grape farm. So I know how strict it is in Australia. I know the standards we have to adhere to get our stuff onto market for Australians to eat. It's very, very strict. Not so overseas. So I'm not convinced that the coconut water that comes from a factory in Vietnam or Thailand is going to be held to a high enough standard for me to say, okay, I'm going to drink that. So, but that's God's electrolytes, coconut water. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So anyway, here we go. For a healthy adult, a 3-day watermelon fast is unlikely to be dangerous, but it is generally not superior for fat loss or long-term health compared with a well-planned, whole food, plant-based diet. I know, that's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it to drop a couple of kilos. Yes, tick, that works. I'm also doing it to rid my body of any water retention areas that are causing inflammation. Because right now, or for years, I've had sore feet. I've had bad feet. And so running, not a great idea for someone who's got bad feet. So this watermelon fast is going to help with that. All right. What else do I need to know? I don't think I need to do anything else. So this is God's food. I've seen. I know. You know, you can't back it up by science. Well, science is corrupt. Science is corrupted. Science is paid for. You can get the pharmaceutical companies sponsor science. You have climate change groups who sponsor science. You have the meat and livestock agricultural industry. They sponsor science. You even have the plant-based people. They sponsor science. Science has sold its soul to the highest bidder. Science is compromised. There was a time when science was fantastic, did everything, it was amazing what science did, but it's now compromised and it's corrupted. Any industry can pay for the right science that's going to help them. But there are so many personal anecdotes and testimonies from people that I've seen. For example, one lady who had asthma, that was one of the things she had, and a few other things, went on a 14-day plant-based diet. So gave away the McDonald's, gave away all the crap, and only ate, and not vegan food, not vegan products. No, that's just as bad. Vegan products are just as bad. That's why I don't call myself a vegan, because most vegans eat fake meat and all this awful stuff. No, I'm a Genesis 129. I'm an Edenarian. I'm a paradise dietitian. That's all I'll eat. I'm a what was the word? Anyway, I'm a holistic Puritan. I only eat Genesis 129 foods. I'll only eat one product like this. That is food, my friend. There's no ingredients in it. It's a whole food. So these people went on a 14-day whole food diet, and everything left her. No more. She'd been on this pump for 35 years. Gone. You see this everywhere. You don't need to ask science to back it up anymore. Science is corrupt. You see people's results. Have a look at me. My goodness. Last year, fat, wrinkly, can't even run. Here I am talking about how good God is. I'm supposed to be a light to the nations. How can I be a light to the nations when I'm fat and ugly and sick? No. Eat God's food. Your light will shine forth like the midday sun. Okay, more watermelon. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. No calories. Very nice. I feel better.